Hello and welcome to Online Appliance Tech. Today we're going to show you how to fix the GE refrigerator that has high temps in the fresh food but the freezer is working fine. So if this is your model, let's get started. So if you have a high temp on your display and your fresh food is warm, first thing you need to do is open the door and put your hand in the back and see if you feel any airflow. If you don't, that indicates your fan is not working, and usually you have ice buildup at the bottom here. So now let's put this in diagnostic mode. You'll hold the ice and the lock control buttons. We're going to test the fresh food evaporator fan motor. So once you hold the buttons down, 0, 0 will appear. Then you hit the refrigerator button, move up in 10s, and then the freezer button and move up in 1s. So we'll go to test 47 to activate. You'll hit the door alarm button. So as you can see, the display is stuck at 0. In a moment I'll show you how to test the freezer fan, but this is the fresh food. You should feel some type of air and like a 1 and a 24 or something like that. So we'll go to the freezer test now, which is test 48. Hit the door alarm, and as you can see, 1 and 24, this tells me the fan should be running. You'll get different numbers, but you can actually just hear the fan or just feel for air. In this case, we don't feel no air in the fresh food once we test it, so this does tell us this is a problem that we need to replace this fresh food fan. So we'll go up until we get to say 1, and then we'll go to 16. This is to get out of diagnostic mode, hit the door alarm, and then the refrigerator will turn back on, and then we'll start the process of replacing the motor. So before you start working on this, make sure you unplug it. I left it plugged in so you can kind of get a better lighting, I would say. So just remove the shelves. Fairly simple. Just lift up and pull out and put it somewhere safe. Don't want to break this glass. And then you're just going to pull out the bottom deli drawer. Just lift up and pull out. It should come out fairly easy, not just remove any food. And now we're going to take your 1/4 bit and remove these two 1/4 bits. Then you'll lift up and pull out a little bit. This one's a little stuck, a little goo, I guess you would say. And then you have a little harness here that connects to the lights. You should have this unplugged, but you'll see the lights go off, so no problem there. Just make sure you unplug it. And then after that, we'll just remove the back cover. You just lift up and move out. So now let's remove the side shelves. This is a 1/4 or 1/4 bit, I would say. I call it a 1/4 bit. So counterclockwise. And there's not one there. That one just slides out. Let me show you if I can get a better angle. Right there, just slides in and out. So just the one. So then now you'll just pull it forward. Let's go ahead and take this one off while we're at it. There we go. You'll just slide it forward. And the one over here, the same thing. This one looks like it's stuck a little bit by the goo or whatever that is, so I have to put a little force into this one. And this is a cover that you'll remove to remove the evaporator fan harness. But let's get this out. There we go. So yeah, just slide it straight forward and definitely clean that up if you have one of those type messes. So now we're going to remove the evaporator cover. So they're 1/4 bits. I believe there's 6. So there's 3 there. Get this one off. And there's one right up under here. And one there. So if you have a steamer, I recommend steaming this or letting it sit for at least, I don't know, 3 hours before you try to yank on it, because if you don't steam it and this ice, say, gets stuck to the evaporator and you yank on it and you yank the evaporator, you can bend the evaporator. So it's definitely invest in a steamer, or make sure that you give it time to defrost before you just start yanking on it. So this one wasn't that bad. Usually they have more ice behind it. In this case, it was just the motor. So just take the cover and put it somewhere safe. And then you're going to disconnect the harness, and then the fan will pull right out. It's actually connected to this little clip here. I'll show you in a minute, but since this fan is going to be replaced, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it with my little clips here, because there's no use of trying to be nice to this fan. It's pretty much trash. So what I recommend too is when you pull it out, kind of lay it the way it came out. But as you can see here, the fan is not rotating easy like it should. See how it locks up? See? And that's why obviously the fan is not working. So this is definitely your problem. So make sure this wire goes in the front. So I like to kind of keep it there. I'll just pull that out since it's easier to get out. So this is the original fan, and I'll actually leave this in the part. I'll leave this part in the description below if you need this. But definitely get the original. Don't try to get some type of off-brand. It'll never work. So in the description below, I'll leave this. So here it is, and let me show you the difference. Let me move this out of the way, and let me turn it. So see the difference? Big difference. And you don't need a software update for this unit. The software is only for the 2014 and 2015 models. So some of these units, when you replace, you have to update them too, but this one you don't. So just take that rubber housing off the old one, put it on the new one the exact same way you took it off the old one. Just, kind of eyeball the other one as you take it off. Everything should clip in and line up correctly. Fairly simple, actually. Okay, great. So since we've got everything together, we'll just slide it right back in there, real simple, and then you'll just slide it through this little cut here. And then you can take like a little flathead to connect it into this little loop that's on the back wall. Just make sure you don't cut the wire when you do this. So pull it forward and then just press the wires behind it. That tends to be, that's probably the easiest way for me at least. So once you get that in there, now you'll just connect it back into the harness back into the wall. Fairly simple. There we go. So make sure it's in there, clipped in, and the sides are clipped. And that's pretty much it. So now we'll just put the cover back on. So cover, you'll just slide in at a down angle first, and then gently press back. And it should kind of clip in at the bottom here. So as you see, it's clipped in behind the little flap there. Line it up evenly with the holes, and then once you do that, you can just start tightening them up. I recommend when you do tighten these up, don't use no heavy power drills. Use something with control, or just use a hand tool for your 1/4 bits, because you could actually strip it if you go too much. So just a nice little snug, but not too hard. So great, that's pretty much it. Now you'll just take this cover to cover up the harness there, that way moisture can't get inside of it. Put that back where it goes, and then we're just gonna reinstall that back panel first. Actually, we gotta do the side rails first. I was skipping a step. So these two little clips here, they just kind of press back, so keep it flush to the wall and slide it back until it clicks into place, like right there. You kind of push a little bit, and then you'll just put your 1/4 or 1/4 bit in the side to hold it into this place. Okay, so now we'll just put the back cover in, and it'll just slide right into place. You'll kind of go at a down angle or underhook the back lip, I guess you would say, and then you'll have to underlip this one with the front panel. So before you do anything, make sure you connect the harness for the LED lights, so it'll actually come underneath that. So connect this, and once you connect this harness, just make sure you put it in that little hole on the left, tuck it in there so it doesn't pinch the wire, and then you'll underlip the back one, which I'm having a little trouble. I don't know why. It's fairly simple. Actually, it doesn't overlips the back one, my bad. That's what I was doing wrong. So then you'll just put your two 1/4 bits in. Just don't over tighten it, but make sure it is snugged. Okay, great. So I plugged it back in, and just put your hand in the back here at the top, just at the beginning of the video. You should feel air, and then that's pretty much it. So this is the model number for this fridge. Starts with the number I left at the beginning of the video. I hope this video was helpful. Have any questions, just leave in comments below. We'll try to get to them. And don't forget, if you need this part, it will be in the description below. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.